hello and welcome to our first PUNY Plays. Today we're gonna play Cosmo Clash. It's our game that we launched it into early access last week. So my name is Joe and I am the code monkey on the project, and you are Camilla.
I'm Camilla, designer, something.
Yeah, I guess we can define you as a daily leader as well. You make sure that things get done, and that we actually, are able to launch this piece of shit game. So yeah, let's watch the intro and let's get duking. Welcome to the Cosmo Clash. So yeah, so this intro we got Ruben Eide to animate it, and it's freaking amazing. So every time I boot the game, I actually watch this thing. But it also depicts, the animals in the game. The animals are very clearly inspired by the space age or the space race. Is back in the day when they shot up like monkeys and dogs and shit to space. This game is based off of that. So you are now the creatures in space duking it out up there. They're still there since that fatal day that they were sent to space on behalf of humanity. The game is very simple. We do have some instructions though. You shoot lasers, and you can dash through traps and various obstacles that spawn on the stage. You have like 50 stages at this point with like various stuff that happens. Some stages are like random events, and usually there's a huge bit of chaos, and up in all the chaos there's power-ups, shields, and specials. So this game is at its very best when you play with several people. Today we're just gonna play the two of us because we have a lot of stuff to demonstrate and talk a little bit about what we've been designing all these months. And the very best way to play it online is through Steam Remote or Parsec.
For those who played the demo in March, we had it out on Steam Remote. What was it called? Festival?
Steam Fest, or Next Fest to be specific.
Yes, and it has evolved quite a bit, especially on the visual part.
Yeah.
We got our art director back on track, and he redesigned the whole thing.
Yeah, because this whole thing started as a jam, and we were joining the Norwegian Championship in game design, the official one, and we placed second, which was super bitter because the first place prize was to put your game for free in an arcade machine, like in a big ass professional arcade machine. And I remember when we lost, that we just went straight to the guy who is responsible for the arcade machines in Oslo, and we asked, can we please be part of your arcade machine hall? And he was like, yeah, if you have the money.
Yeah. It's super expensive.
So we just made sure that okay, let's raise some money and let's try and get this thing on an actual arcade machine, and it's happening. This fall is when we officially launch Cosmo Clash, and we're also going to launch it in the arcade, like officially, and hopefully on console too. So this is the early access version of the game. It's actually the version that we're going to launch now on Friday, because every Friday our intent is to have some new content, some new game modes and stuff for everyone to enjoy. And we're just going to showcase a little bit about what that content is and how we designed the game. But first off, let's look at the customization screen. I've been updating it a little bit with several new options. You can turn on and off power-ups, which actually changes the game quite a bit. Bubble shields are very useful, but they can also be disabled, which also changes the gameplay around. Like every small edit that you do has a quite big impact on the game. But we're gonna play the default version today, in which now we have added extra lives, which gives it kind of a new edge, I guess.
Yeah.
That's it.
The average playtime was probably
5 seconds.
On one round.
Yeah.
Which is it's fun, but we thought it would be cooler to keep going.
Yes,
and
you can. Yeah, I mean, you can still turn off extra lives, and the rounds will be over in like a split second. But this actually changes the game a little bit in that you can respawn now. You can get to know the level a little bit before it's all over. So we get a little bit more time on each level. We're going to start soft. We're just gonna start from the top.
But probably we will have no extra lives in the arcade, because that's probably a good place to have.
Most likely, because we wanna show off all the stages.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a ton of them, So we've for this version we've updated the login screen a little bit. Now you have free movement before you even start the match. You can learn how to shoot and dash and all the good stuff. When everyone is ready, you shoot the ready button and there's a countdown, and more players has the chance to join before the whole thing starts. And let's just blast you now, fast. Yes. And the other thing that we discovered with extra lives is that when another player is dead, you have the chance to pick up power-ups and power yourself up until they respawn. Oh,
Yippee.
dead. Woof. Okay, I'm actually gonna.
Yeah, sudden death comes after 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I'm actually, the default one now is 90 seconds. It's because extra lives now makes the rounds last longer. So default should be 90 seconds now.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a little bit weird to think about where the game has been, what it's become, because in the beginning we had a quite different gameplay. Actually, the focus was to build your ship while you were on the battlefield.
Yeah, because I mean the whole game started as we just called it Space Race.
Actually, in the beginning.
Yeah, in the very beginning.
Yeah.
And we ended up since the gameplay was kind of boring. Racing in space is it was like a horse race simulator. The ones that you see in like the carnival, where there's like play horses just like racing each other like fake. And the gameplay didn't work at all. And I mean, we were pretty content with it, but then Martin, the guy who made the sounds for our little game, he came in, he peeked his head around the door and said, "Well, this game sucks." We played it for like 10 seconds, and we just decided that, okay, we need to do something. We need to make it more fun. That was the final day of the competition. So I spent the entire night just rewriting the code for everything. If you've seen Silicon Valley, you know what what's up. I had to basically design the game from the ground up. And then we ended up with something that kind of resembles the game as it is today.
Yeah. But the gameplay was quite different in the way that it was the building of the ships is instead of this game you pick up weapons and shield and super weapon. In the first version we had picking up your wings, your engine.
Yeah, you could upgrade every part of your ship. So new parts would spawn and they would look kind of cool, so that you would want to, pick them up. But one of the major issues early on was that the parts didn't really look like power-ups. They looked more like obstacles. They looked like what the traps look like today. So people, when we showed it to people, they were confused. Like, are they power-ups or are they bad? Should I avoid them?
Yeah, which we could probably work out with the different design or whatever. But
yes,
we found out also that the progression was a little bit weird, because you didn't really need to pick up all the parts to kill another player.
No.
It wasn't really fun to build the ship, so the whole point was gone with the parts.
Yeah, since the each stage was over so quickly, you never got to upgrade to, the best possible ship that you could, unless you faked it. Like, if you just, okay, let's not kill each other now, let's gather power-ups instead. So it all felt very, weird. It was a cool concept, but I think each stage would have needed to, last much longer for that to even work. What we ended up with was just we added a bubble shield instead, the one that actually made it into the game. And now each time you upgrade your ammo, we just add a new shot.
Yeah.
But
and so possibilities now are bigger in relation to content and level design, everything. Actually.
Yeah, especially, we really want to start adding some fun power-ups. We already have, in that we've added a shit ton of special power-ups. They spawn in big crates, but they don't spawn as often as maybe they should. Actually, that should be an option in the customization screen.
Yeah. We want to do a super customizable game.
Yes.
We will have it so players can just
boom
make whatever mode they want.
Yeah.
And also have presets to choose between.
Sludge.
Oh, sludge.
Ah.
This is not my favorite weapon, but it's fun. It's fun. I also hope that when we release this in early access, people want to tell us what they want to see as a
that's kind of the point.
We want to make the community join us.
I mean, the times every time we get feedback on the game is when we've changed it drastically. Just hearing that the game is boring gives suddenly changes the entire game. And we had our launch party last Monday, and we had a notebook, and people were like giving small suggestions, and that's when we came up with how about we add like a ghost mode where even if players are dead, they can still like do something on the stage. That's when we came up with, okay, how about we just give them extra lives instead, so you know they can try several times on one stage. So you know, every time we get small pieces of feedback, especially in real life, that's when our brains start working. Okay, so let's discuss a little bit how we came up with this gameplay as well. So what people instantly can see is that you can dash through stuff. It's something that we took from, I guess, Towerfall is the greatest inspiration for that one. Because in Towerfall you play as archers, and you can shoot arrows at each other. And when you do a dodge, you can actually not only avoid damage, but you pick up the other player's arrow, which is a really cool mechanic. So dashes are super important in that game, and we kind of wanted to do the same here as well, where if you dash, no matter if you hit by like anything, you avoid damage. And a lot of the stages are designed around it, especially the laser stages where, you know, there's just like a solid laser. You have to dash through it in order to not die.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Mine.
No! Ow! I was so close to dodging that shit. And you know, a lot of stages we have placed like giant traps. In the later stages, the traps get more and more crazy as, you know, the player learns how to dodge them, which is a really important part of the gameplay. You have the bubble shields as well. They can actually be disabled really quickly if you just dash into each other. And then a good way to, you know, if you're really good, I'm not that good yet, but the best way to play is to dash into another player and then immediately, you know, shoot their face off. Like that. No, like this. No. Stand still. Huh?
The thing.
What?
Push a player into obstacles in the world is also quite...
Yeah, that's a great way to you know, use the dash as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like that.
And one thing we haven't added,
I feel like when people get good in this game, they will do more stuff like that and less shooting.
Yeah, I mean
shooting is quite slow actually. You can dodge bullets quite easily.
Yeah, you can easily. With
Not
I mean
that
it's gone through a ton of like iterations. The shooting, the size of the ships. Like before, the ships were the size of like, they were huge on the screen and really slow. But now they're tiny and kind of fast. So everything in this game has changed several times, including the designs of the characters and the ships and everything. It's only in the recent months that the game looks fantastic. It's because Fritz had time to spare, and we told him that the game was still alive. Because it wasn't for a good long while. We both, while we were developing this game, we both became parents, and we were swooped off the face of the earth for a little bit. The pandemic happened, and I've just been busy with you know, D-pad stuff, which is my main job, and it takes a shit ton of time. So, but I'm glad we finally had some time. Now that our kids have grown a little bit, we have more energy in the evenings, and that's what we've been spending them on these final months. just a couple of hours here and there on Cosmo Clash. Let's actually join in with a couple of bots and make it go crazy.
Yeah, they are annoyingly good.
Yeah, and extremely stupid at times, so it's kind of a mixed bag.
Like, no, I just love
Before we launch the game officially, I'm going to brush up on the bots a lot because they are, yeah, they are very loco. I guess that's the best way to say it.
Yeah, he just went out on the red.
Yeah, for no reason.
And this one's cool.
I haven't programmed the bots to actually stop at the red light, so...
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Oh shit, did I stop in time? Yes! Okay, so the bots are out. So now we can like... Ah, shit!
Yeah.
This is... No! I haven't seen enough Squid Game. I must be the red light.
Aye.
Oh yeah!
Okay, we need to fix that.
No! Yeah! That's how you do it. Oh no, the spikes.
Oh, I know. Star Wars reference.
Yeah, it's... We gotta have it, you know. Every game gotta have it. Ow! So the first time we noticed when customization is really important to the game is when your cousin started streaming it, because they started fiddling with, you know, the customization menu. And we didn't have much back then. We had like I think you. Whoa.
Whoa.
You could change the amount of bullets. I think you could change the amount of HP on your bubble shield. And that was about it. And I started fiddling with it, and suddenly the game changed like drastically. And that made us realize, okay, let's just add as many customizations as possible. So I'm pretty psyched to see if there's anyone else, you know, just toying around with the with the customizations and finding new ways to play that we hadn't thought of before.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with these extra lives, I think the game is going to be pretty drastically different for a lot of people. And our next outing, I guess, we're going to try to make it to the retro game expo here in Norway. This is like the perfect game to take. It's in Sandvika in August, I believe. Yeah! Well-placed laser. But you deserve the win, I guess.
Oh, 4 wins.
4.
So the bots doesn't know how to use the...
No, so they will just like spam them randomly.
Okay.
Like that.
They'll use them. That's it.
Yes.
So how to spawn a bot?
So you can just press the numpad, or you can press the number keys, and that'll spawn the bot. So if you press 1, it'll spawn bot number 1. Ooh. If you press number 2, it'll spawn bot number 2, and so on. You can also rename your characters with the function keys. So let's actually do that right now. Your name is oh, wait a minute. Camille. Oh, I renamed the bot Camille.
Yeah, no, it's Camille.
My name is, of course, Mr. Fantastic. I can't even write. Fantacti. Fantacti.
Neat and special. Camille.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not me.
And whoa. and you will be bad at this game.
Snap. Because I lost, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's the newest update for the game. We're going to put it live. It is in beta right now, so anyone can go into the public beta on Steam and actually start playing it right away. But we're going to put it live on Friday together with some extra stages that I've been working on. And then yeah, we're never sure what's next because we always come up with new ideas. We have some notes from the launch party still that I want to look at. But as of right now, the Friday update is quite ready, and yeah, we hope to be making a new episode anytime that we have any significant to tell about the game.
Yep.
I guess the most significant message today is the game is coming most likely officially in the fall. We'll keep everyone updated on that, and
But you should buy it now and just get
buy it now.
content rolling in.
Yes, because as long as it's in early access, it's half price. It's like 50% off. And when we launch it on consoles and stuff, we're gonna increase the price. Not sure to
$2?
huh?
$2 maybe? $2?
It'll be like $5 on launch. Right now it's
but
$2. So yeah, anyone who plays it or watches this, give us your feedback on the game. Try it, and hopefully there's going to be some streams in. Your cousin is up for more streaming, so she will actually have one in the near future. We'll make an announcement about that, and yeah, keep looking out for updates to the game. Have a good time.
Peace.